Welcome, welcome. Okay, so good morning. I'm Deborah, and this is yoga. So don't forget, everything I say is a suggestion, it's not a demand. So if I suggest anything that's inappropriate for your particular body because you have injuries, surgeries, arthritis, or you're just tired, skip it. Take a little breather, rejoin us when you're ready. So let's all get into our favorite starting position. If you're in a chair, move your butt forward so you're not leaning against the back of your chair. Put your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, looking like the number 11. If you're on the floor, you can sit cross-legged, Indian style or whatever. All right, so roll your pelvis forward, come up onto your sits bones, firm up your abs, lift your breastbone, ask your shoulders to go back and down, and lift the back of your head. Let's close our eyes for a few moments, and we'll just check around inside our bodies to see how we're doing today. How's your digestion? How's your skin? How are your hands? How's your mood? Then opening our eyes, we can extend our arms, inhale up. And then 2 fountain breaths. Good. Loosen up your shoulders a little. And we'll say good morning to one of our shoulders by making the largest circle we're capable of making. And then reverse it. Good. Release that one. Say good morning to the other one. Reverse that one. Good. Release that. Let that go. Take a deep breath. Very good. All right, so let's look over our right shoulder. Good morning, neck. Come back to center. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to neutral. Let's do a few cat and cow stretches. So your head comes forward, you're exhaling down. As you begin to inhale, lift your breastbone, look up, exhale down. When you've had enough of that, let's stir the pot. Pretending that our spine is a wooden spoon and our pelvis is the bowl. Reverse it. Good. Come back to center. And let's pick a few apples from the very top of the tree, reaching up as tall as we can be, getting those very best fruits. Good. Release that. Take a breath. Let's send our arms out left and right from our shoulders, make little bitty circles. Reverse them. Bend your elbows and we'll do the swirl cactus. One palm is in motion while the other one isn't. Or if you want, you can do both of them at the same time. That really doesn't matter. What matters is keeping your elbows up at shoulder level. Good. Release that. Let that go. Take a deep breath. Very good. Okay, let's bring our arms up. Interlace your hands behind your neck or head, and then push your elbows back as far as they'll go. And breathe. Then relax your arms, but don't slump. Stay upright. And then push them back again. Relax your arms. Last time. And release it. Good. Give everything a little wiggle. Take a deep breath. And let's do the pulling and the pushing. So we're going to make our hands into little hooks. Put your hooks together or grab your opposing wrist and pull. Good. Release that. Then put your hands in prayer position and push. Unless, of course, you have wrist issues, in which case this doesn't work. And in that case, you're going to put your knuckles together so that you can keep your wrists straight. Good. Relax that. Let's go back to the pulling position and pull. Good. Release that. Back to the pushing position and push. Good. Release that. Let that go. Take a breath. Because we're about to do the seated spinal twist. So if you're sitting on a chair, you don't have to do anything because you're already in the right place. But if you're sitting on the floor, you'll want to stretch your legs out in front of you. Then it's right leg over left. Sit up straight and tall. Pivot to your right. Bring your left elbow to your right knee. And if you pull on your elbow, that'll help you with your pivot. Sit up straight. Firm up your abs. Lift your breastbone and breathe. So let's twist back a wee bit deeper. And release it. Come back to center, give everything a little loosening up. Alrighty, so it's left leg over right, pivot to your left, sit up straight and tall again, firm up your abs, lift your breastbone, and breathe. Twist back a little bit deeper. and release it. Give everything a little wiggle. Take a deep breath. Okay, so we're going to do the frog. So for this one, you can sit in your chair, separate your knees wide apart, rest your hands on your knees. If you're going to do it from a standing posture, separate your feet wide apart, make sure both feet are on your sticky mat, and lean forward. Keep your head and chest up, and simply go as far as you can until your hips say stop. I'm not going there. Honor that demand for rest. Breathe encouragement into your hip joints, but do not force them. Relax your neck. It takes time to open and stretch. And we are going to take the time that it needs. There is no rush. If you wish, you can walk your hands back in between your feet. If that feels good, you can stay there. If it doesn't, just retreat. If you want, you can reach out to your feet or your ankles or whatever. If not, retreat and breathe. Now you can stay as long as you like, but if you're ready to come out of it, simply pick up your head and chest first so you come up with a flat back and stand up. Give everything a little loosening wiggle, take a breath. Very good. Alrighty, so we're going to stand in Tadasana. So we want our feet to be hip width apart, looking like the number 11. If you have any doubts about what that means, put your two fists together, plant them on the floor between the ball mounds of your feet, and there you have it. If your balance is iffy, wider is better. Sway a little left and right. Feel what's going on at the bottom of your feet. As your bones press into your flesh, come back to center. Pull yourself up through your legs. Pull your abs in and up as you lift your breastbone. Ask your shoulders to go back and down and lift the back of your head. Take a deep breath. Notice how your body feels in this position. Everything is very nicely balanced. This is giving your body a primo opportunity to deliver nervous impulses, blood, lymph, hormones, all of those important things where they need to be. The more time that you can spend in this posture, the better it is for your overall health. Bring your arms out, interlace your fingers, reverse. Stretch up tall, bring your hands behind your back, interlace and lift into chest expansion. Take a deep breath and open up those pectoral muscles. Good. Release that. Bring your arms out again. When you interlace, make sure the other finger is on top. Reverse. Stretch. Bring your hands back here again. Interlace the weird way and lift. Good. Release that. Release your legs. Take a breath. Okay. So we're going to do the warrior two today. So put your chair right there if you want it. We're going to separate our feet comfortably wide apart. Both feet must be on the sticky mat. Rotate your left leg to the left 90 degrees and make sure your left knee is bent over your left ankle. Yeah, more. Good. Yeah, that's it. Good. Now, bring your hips back to the original position. Send your arms left and right out of your shoulders. Turn your head to the left and look out over your left arm. Roll your shoulders down from your ears any amount. Keep your breastbone lifted and breathe. Now, take a quick look at your right arm. If it has been drifting towards the floor, bring it right back up to its original position and keep breathing. When you've had enough, lower your arms, step onto your left leg, give everything a little wiggle, take a breath. Good. Okay. So, to do the other side, separate your feet, rotate your right foot to the right, 90 degrees, bend that right knee over that right ankle, and now bring your hips back, and then turn and look out over your right arm this time, and breathe. Roll your shoulders down from your ears. You're reaching to the right with your right arm and reaching to the left with your left arm simultaneously. When you're done, lower your arms, step onto your right leg, give everything a little wiggle. Take a breath. Good. All righty. So we're going to put our feet back into Tadasana so that we can do our inversion. So inhale up. Exhale down with a flat back, stretch forward, and then relax your back and simply hang from your hips. Whether or not you touch the floor is just irrelevant, but do relax your neck. You should not be looking at your feet. If you're looking at your feet, your neck is not relaxed. Breathe encouragement into all the stretching muscles. Twist to the right. Take hold of whatever part of your anatomy is conveniently available and keep breathing. Come back to center, twist to the left, and take hold of whatever's over there. When you're ready to come out of it, come back to center, put your hands on your thighs, come up to a flat back, and stand up. Good. Give everything a loosening up. Take a deep breath. What should we do? Let's do the eagle. So we're going to sit on the leading edge of our chair. Don't sit deeply into your chair. Cross your right leg over your left leg and see if you can sneak your right toes behind your left leg. If you can, great. If you're not, you will still go to yoga heaven. All righty. Swing your arms a bit. And it's one elbow under the other. Wrap your lower arms around each other until the palms come together. If this doesn't work for your body, just rest your hands on your opposing shoulders. Breathe into your shoulders and slowly raise your elbows. Notice how that changes the way your shoulders feel. And then push your hands away from your face a bit. Keep breathing. We hold an enormous amount of tension in our shoulders, and this is one of the few postures that allows you to really open them up. When you're done, lower your elbows, unwrap your legs, take a deep breath. Good. So, left leg over right. If you can, sneak those toes around behind. If not, whatever. And then it's the other elbow on top. Wrap your lower arms around each other. And there we are. Similar but different. Breathe into your shoulders and slowly raise your elbows. Then push your hands away from your face a bit. And keep thinking about relaxing those shoulder muscles. When you're done, lower your elbows, unwrap your legs, take a deep breath. Good. All righty. Let's do some stand-up sit-downs. So if you want to challenge yourself, keep your knees and feet together. If you want to make it much easier, separate them wide apart. Pick a place, any place, fold your arms and stand up and sit down. And just go back and forth. And sit. Lean back, let go, take a deep breath. Every now and then it feels really good to slump. All righty. So sit up again. Once again, don't lean against the back of your chair. Hang on to the bottom of your chair. Pick your feet and legs up, put them to the side, pick them up again, put them to the other side. And then just go back and forth. Pull your abs in, because this is excellent ab work. Good. Come back to center, and let's do Bernice's favorite move. Alrighty, so we need our chair to be on our left. This is the placement of our emergency chair. If you want it, you can access it with your left hand whenever it's convenient, or you can park your left hand on your hip. Step forward with your left foot, bend your left knee over your left ankle, your right leg is straight. Send your right arm up to the ceiling and look at it. As you bring it down, straighten your left knee, bend your right knee, and bow. And then return everything to the starting position and go back and forth. We're stirring up the cilia in your balance canals. Unfortunately, as we age, they tend to disappear. So stimulating them this way is not a bad thing. When you've had enough of that, bring your right arm down, step onto your left leg, give everything a little tweak, take a breath, and then reorganize yourself so that your right hand is available to your chair. Step forward with your right leg. Your right knee is bent over your right ankle. Your left leg is straight. Send your left arm up to the ceiling. As you bring it down, straighten your right knee, bend your left knee, and then reverse everything. The other problem with aging is that we tend to form crystals in the fluid of our balance canals. So this motion can stir the fluid to prevent such formations, or hopefully break them loose if small ones have already formed, because they definitely contribute to vertigo. When you've had enough of that, bring your left arm down, step onto your right leg, give everything a little tweak, take a breath. Good. All righty. So that's it for the first half hour. We're about to get down on the floor. So, Bernice, have a great weekend. I'll see you back here Monday morning. Namaste. All righty. So, the furniture goes into the sidelines. Let's get down into tabletop. We really want our hands to be taking up as much space as possible. So the fingers are as far apart as possible in this position, and your hands are really stretching. Let's do a few cat and cow stretches. Head down, belly up, exhaling. Belly down, head up, inhaling. Notice how different this is from doing it from a seated position. Come back to neutral, head and hips to the right, neutral, head and hips to the left, neutral, back to the right, neutral, and the left. Let's pick up our right bent knee to the right, hip high, and down. Left bent knee to the left, and down. Back to the right, and the left, back to the right, and the left. Good. So we're going to do downward facing dog. So we want to curl our toes under, lift our butt, push your shoulders back towards your knees, and relax your neck so you can see your feet. Breathe into it. Stay as long as you like. When you're tired, touch your knees down, big toes together, knees an inch or two. Okay, we're about to do the lunge. So if anybody would like to use blocks for the lunge, I invite you now to acquire them from our yoga rack. We'll come back into the tabletop posture, but bring your left foot forward in between your hands and press your right knee backward so that you get sort of a nice little groin stretch going. We want to gently press your pelvis a little closer to the floor. Don't overdo a good thing, so that those pelvic floor muscles get a nice little stretch going. For those of you who would enjoy experiencing a high lunge, curl your right toes under, press backward through your right heel. That's the high lunge. Touch your knee down again, and we will proceed. Bring your left elbow up to your left knee, then your right hand. Today we're going to add a twist. So put your hands in prayer position and twist to the left. Breathe into it. There's a lot going on. There are muscles that are stretching. There are muscles that are working. And there's balance. Come back to your knee. Come back to the floor. Now slowly move your pelvis backward. Your left toes lift. Your left knee straightens. As you bow over your left knee, breathe into the hamstring stretch. If you want more stretch, lower your head and chest. If you'd like less, raise it. When you've had enough, simply begin to move your pelvis forward. Your left toes come back to the floor. Pick up your left hand, move it to the right side of your left foot. Bring your left foot behind you. Bring your right foot up in between your hands. Good. Now, press your pelvis a little closer to the floor. Breathe into that stretch. For those of you who want to experience the high lunge, curl your left toes under, press backward through your left heel, and then come out of it. Bring your right elbow up to your right knee. Make yourself vertical. Put your hands in prayer position and twist to the right. And breathe. When you're done, come back to center, hands on knee, hands on floor, and slowly move your pelvis backward. Your right toes lift, your right knee straightens as you bow over it. And breathe. When you're done, begin to move your pelvis forward. Your foot comes back to the floor. Move your right hand to the left side of your right foot and lay down on your back. Pull your knees up onto your chest. Give them a hug. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And notice which parts of you are feeling most stimulated. Let your hands come down to the floor and draw a circle on the ceiling with your knees together. Reverse it. Great. Put your feet down on the floor. Extend your arms left and right out of your shoulders. We're about to do the knee down twist. So straighten out your left leg. Pick up your right bent knee, roll it across your body to the left. Keep your right shoulder on the floor and roll your head to the right. There we are. Now, if you're like me and you like to loosen up before we settle in, take your right hand in an arc to touch your left palm twice before we settle into the posture. Some people like to put their left hand on their right knee. That's fine. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Just try to melt into the floor. Downward facing dog and warrior two are definitely working poses, but this posture is a posture in which we allow gravity to do the work for us. There are a lot of really good stretches that are going on right now. Breathe into all the stretching muscles. When you're ready to come out of it, make sure both hands are on the floor. Roll your head to center. Roll back to your back. Get yourself back into good alignment. Stretch your right leg out. Pick up your left bent knee. Roll it across your body to the right. Keep your left shoulder on the floor and roll your head to the left. If you want to loosen up, take your left hand in an arc to touch your right palm twice. If you want, you can put your right hand on your left knee. Close your eyes. Breathe into the posture. I'm feeling a lot of popping in my spine, but that's okay. It's not a big deal because it doesn't hurt. It's like cracking my knuckles. Since I'm not moving, I'm getting the sense that the microphone must be haunted. When you've had enough, make sure both hands are on the floor. Roll your head to center. Roll onto your back. Get yourself back into good alignment. Straighten out your clothing. Pull your knees up onto your chest. Give them a hug. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And allow your back to resume its normal position. Let's do the dead bug. So your thighs should be perpendicular to the floor, your lower legs parallel to the floor. Reach up to the ceiling with your arms. Extend your right arm and left leg to within an inch of the floor and bring them back. Left arm, right leg, and back. And then just keep going at whatever pace feels good to you. Good. Put your feet on the floor, put your arms on the floor. Take a deep breath. Let's do happy baby. So bring your right foot up, put your right hand in your right instep, bring your left foot up, put your left hand in your left instep. Now put your feet on the ceiling so that you're bringing your knees into your armpits. And there we are. You can stay still if you wish. You can wave your feet around. You can explore your edges. This is a great hip opener. When you've had enough of this, simply release your feet to the floor because it's time for deep relaxation. So, if you have socks, sweaters, blankets, pillows, cushions, anything you need to stay warm and comfortable while we rest, this is the time to acquire them and arrange yourself on the floor in the world's most comfortable position. Whether it's the corpse pose, the fetal position, laying on your back with your legs up the wall, it's entirely up to you. When you get there, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and simply allow yourself to succumb to gravity's pull. There is nothing you have to do, nowhere you need to be. So now it's time to wiggle your fingers and toes, make any loosening motions, which might feel good, before you roll to one side to come up to a seated position. When we get there, we'll sit up straight and tall, put our hands together in prayer position, close our eyes, lower our heads, and give thanks for this day. Then lifting our heads and opening our eyes, we can say, Namaste, 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 Namaste. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday morning, 10 a.m. You're welcome.